The morning mist clung to Pine Hollow Lake like a whispered secret, but the peace shattered when Eleanor Grayson's voice tore through the air. "Get off my land. I'm the law around here," she screeched from my porch, her words sharp enough to slice the dawn. For weeks, she'd been hounding me with violation notices, demanding I prove ownership of my lakeside cabin within 72 hours or face eviction. When I stood my ground, she dialed 911, fake tears streaming as she wailed about a dangerous squatter. Cops rolled up, ready to drag me out, but one phone call flipped her smug grin into pure panic. Her face went ghost white as her world collapsed. "Let me take you through this wild ride where a power-hungry HOA tyrant tried to steal my family's legacy and lost everything." I'm Nathan Hayes, 45, born and raised in this weathered cabin by Pine Hollow Lake, Virginia. My great-grandfather staked this land in 1865, and this cabin is my roots where my wife, Lila, and I raised our daughter, where Lila battled cancer, where her laughter still hums in the creak of the dock. Eleanor, a New York real estate shark, swept in with her $3 million glass and steel mansion, all sharp edges and sharper ambition. She hijacked the HOA board, preaching community excellence, but her real game was a $6 million resort deal, and my land was the prize. It started with her silver Mercedes screeching up at sunrise, her heels stabbing the dirt as she live-streamed, trashing my dock as a death trap, my cabin as a shack, my old Ford as a junk heap. Her over-bleached hair bounced as she ranted about resort dreams ruined by my hillbilly eyesore. I stayed calm, remembering my dad's words, "Let fools unravel themselves before you act." My neighbor, Jim Carver, a retired mechanic who knew my dad, watched from his porch, chuckling over his coffee. He pointed to a 1915 photo of my great-grandfather by the lake, labeled Hayes Haven. On the back, faded ink read, 1915 Hayes Law. I thought it was some old legal note, but it lingered in my mind. Eleanor crossed a line when she sneered that my cabin Lila's sanctuary was a filthy hovel unfit for rats. My grip tightened on Lila's wedding ring, still on my finger 4 years after her death. This was where Lila tended her roses, read to our daughter, and whispered, "Keep this place ours, Nathan," before she slipped away. Her words burned, but Jim's hand on my shoulder kept me steady. Neighbors watched Mrs. Clara Boone gardening, young Theo Miles jogging, quietly filming. Then, fate threw a curveball. A wasp zipped into Eleanor's mouth mid-rant. She gagged, flailing, her live stream exploding with laughing emojis. I hit a smirk as her venom backfired. It felt like the lake's own justice. Furious, she jabbed a finger at me. 72 hours to prove you own this dump, or you're gone. I met her gaze, voice level. "Look up Hayes Haven, Eleanor. Friendly tip." She hesitated, then stormed off, muttering Hayes Haven into her phone. Jim grinned. "You're poking a bear, Nathan. You ready?" I touched Lila's ring. Lila wanted peace here. Eleanor's chaos won't win. The next day, Eleanor escalated, leading a dozen residents to my property line with signs screaming, "Save our lake." Most looked coerced, uneasy. Theo, his sign flipped upside down, mouthed sorry. Eleanor, megaphone blaring, live-streamed a red countdown. 70 hours to save Pine Hollow. At the HOA meeting, she unleashed a 50-slide smear campaign, Nathan Hayes violations, slamming my dock, my truck, even a bird's nest as a health hazard. Photos were doctored, colors muted to make my home look abandoned. Her lawyer, Leonard Pratt, a jittery man in a cheap suit, sweated buckets. Eleanor's desperation was clear. This wasn't about aesthetics. She needed my land fast. I asked Leonard who signed the HOA's 1985 land grants. He stammered, dodging. Eleanor snapped, "Forget old nonsense." I held up a 1915 map from Jim, marked Hayes Haven Perpetual Covenant. "This exempts my land from HOA control," I said. The room went silent. Theo leaned in, curious. Eleanor's face twisted. "I've got $6 million in Dubai investors for a resort. Your dusty map won't stop me." Gasps rippled. "Mrs. Boone whispered, 'You gambled your house on this?'" Eleanor faltered, her greed exposed. Amid the chaos, Theo caught Eleanor forging signatures on meeting notes, passing a rule: 72 hours to show deeds or lose my home. He showed me the video, whispering, "She knows your deeds are in a bank 3 hours away, closed weekends." Her trap was brutal. I call my daughter, Ava, in Richmond, voice-breaking. "Lila's cabin, Ava. I might lose it." Ava, fierce like her mom, said, "You rebuilt this place after the fire, Dad. Don't let a snake win." Mom's watching. Eleanor's next live stream cut deeper, mocking Lila's death. She probably died to escape this slum. My coffee mug shattered in my hand, blood mixing with the spill. Jim held me back. "She's baiting you, Nathan. Stay sharp." By Thursday, 48 hours left, Eleanor plastered violation notices on my door, truck, mailbox. Her stream gloated, 2 days till this blight's gone. Jim overheard Leonard bragging they knew my deeds were locked away. Sleep vanished, the timer haunting me. Friday dawned grim, the countdown at 0. Eleanor led a convoy her Mercedes, Leonard's sedan, 2 security guards, and reluctant neighbors. She set up a speaker, her live stream trumpeting as the clock hit midnight. "No dices ayes. You're a trespasser." She called 911, sobbing about a violent squatter. Sheriff Daniels, a fair man, arrived with 3 deputies, hesitant. Eleanor waved forged papers demanding my removal. I admitted my deeds were hours away. She cackled. "Lies." Daniels, reluctant, said, "Nathan, without proof, I have to escort you out." Despair hit, Lila's photo in the window blurring. Then it clicked the 1915 photos, Hayes Law. "Sheriff, one call," I said, pointing. Eleanor scoffed, but Daniels dialed on speaker. A crisp voice answered, "Hayes Law Estate Division." Daniels asked about the Hayes Land Trust. The lawyer's words stopped time. The trust covers 50,000 acres, all of Pine Hollow Lake, under a 1915 perpetual covenant. Daniel's laptop showed my cabins expanding, swallowing the lake, Eleanor's mansion, the HOA office, everything. "The HOA has no authority here," the lawyer said. "Every home sits on Hayes land." Eleanor collapsed, not acting real shock. Leonard sank into the dirt, muttering, "I checked the deeds." The lawyer continued, "My great-grandfather, Samuel Hayes, founded the county, reserving 50,000 acres to block development. Unchangeable without federal approval. Neighbors stood, frozen old-timers proud, newcomers stunned, realtors panicking. Eleanor's live stream went viral. "He owns it all." I stepped forward, phone out. Eleanor bribed officials to clear protected wetlands. I recorded it, posing as a courier. Emails exposed her fraud, bribery, and a scam by fake Dubai investors. She'd bet her mansion on a lie. Daniels reviewed the evidence and cuffed her. "You're under arrest for fraud, forgery, bribery, and abusing 911. She screamed, "I'm the law." I said, "Easy, Eleanor. I'm the land." The internet exploded me words on memes, t-shirts, everywhere. Leonard faced disbarment for the forgeries. Eleanor's live stream, meant to destroy me, broadcast her downfall to millions. 3 months later, her trial ended. Probation, $600,000 in fines, and lake cleanup duty. Her mansion was foreclosed, her investors a scam that drained her $250,000. She became 2025's Karen, her arrest video hitting 20 million views. Theo, now HOA president, hosted a community barbecue, banning petty fines. Mrs. Boone's grandson swam off my dock, once a hazard, now a treasure. A neighbor, Ed Riley, who'd held a sign, apologized, vowing to stand up next time. At the barbecue, I spoke. "I'm giving 48,000 acres to Lila's Pine Trust, protected forever. Your 2,000 acres are yours, residential only." Cheers erupted. "This was Lila's dream," I said, touching her ring. Eleanor's greed made it real. At Lila's rose garden grave, I whispered, "The birds sing love." Eleanor's fall saved our lake, proving even the darkest schemes can spark light. Pine Hollow thrives, a true community, showing one man's quiet strength can topple greed with justice. What do you think? Did Eleanor deserve her fate? Or was she just a dreamer who went too far? Should Nathan have fought harder sooner? Or was his patience the key? Could you stand up to a bully like Eleanor? Or would you play her game to win? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more stories where justice hits hard.